The next feature we'd like to discuss is appointments and scheduling. So if we just go to customer and appointments and scheduling, we'll open up this screen, and in here you run and manage all of the appointments for your clients, and you schedule the work time of your employees. Now, scheduling the work time of your employees is optional. Not everybody likes to do that. However, it is very helpful because when you use these two features together into one, and you use this for scheduling your appointments and the work time of your employees, it will warn you and kind of like not allow you to make a mistake of scheduling an appointment for a client with an employee that is off on that day, or they're on a break at that certain time of the day, and similar errors like that. They can be simply avoided if you do both of those things in here. But again, scheduling employees is just optional. And right now you can see the biggest portion of this screen is reserved for the visual view table, the grid if you will, that will show you visually all the appointments that you have on a certain day. Right now this table is pretty small for us because we only have 2 employees, but you will probably have far more and will be more of a complete table. And the time that you can schedule those appointments in, the time realization is here in this column. As you can see, it starts at 9 a.m. scroll all the way down to 5 p.m. so that's that standard US working time, 9 to 5. However, we do realize that everybody has different needs and different working times, so you can go ahead in this setup menu in here. If you click on the setup button, it will open up this small setup menu where you can change a few things about this particular feature, like that open and close time of your business. Let's say you open at, I don't know, 8 a.m. and you close at pretty late, let's say at 9 p.m. That takes care of the working time. And the other thing that you can customize in this feature is, if you'd like to, you can have all of the different services be represented in a different color in the visual or graphical representation of the appointments. That way you can easily just take a glance and figure out how many haircuts or how many colorings you have today, and so on and so forth, once you get used to using those colors over and over again for visually representing these services. But if you don't want to do that, as you can see, as a default, if you leave this alone, the colors will always be shown in white, the colors for the all the services. Right now we have only 4 services in our database because that was enough so far in these video tutorials just to explain things, but you'll probably have a more complete table in here. We'll probably run down where you can scroll down and select all of your services. But if you want to see how it is to select different colors for different services, we'll show you right now just by clicking next to a service in that empty area. You can select a color for it. So let's say for this first service, which is the coloring service, we'll select a red color. For the bangs service, we'll select a yellow. For the beard service, we'll select, let's say, a blue. And for braiding, let's select a green. So now we have everything done and selected and set in here. We can click submit changes, and this will update the database. In order for the change to take effect, it will close down this feature for us, so then we need to reopen it. And once we reopen, you'll see that the changes have taken effect. The working time now starts at 8 a.m. scroll down all the way down, closing time is 9 p.m. so now you can schedule appointments within that time. Let's go ahead and show you how it is to schedule a few appointments in here. First, we need to select the date of the appointment. We'll just stick to today's date for simplicity, but you can select any date from this visual calendar in here, or if you prefer typing, you can just type in the date in this field, and then you would ordinarily go by typing in the time of the appointment from whenever it starts to time whenever the appointment ends, and then selecting the employee from this drop down menu. But we have a faster way for faster working and working with these appointments faster. You can do it visually right here. Let's go in Jimmy's column. So we select the 9 a.m. grid and hold the button clicked on the mouse, drag it down all the way to 10:30 a.m., which is when we'll release the button, and we just selected this area in here on Jimmy's column from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. So it all fills out in here for us automatically, 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m., and Jimmy is selected as the employee. Now all we have to do is select the client. We actually need to type in the client's phone number and the client's name. If this is a pre-existing client that's already entered in our database, as is the case with what we were about to show you right now, you will see that the software will help us by looking into the database and auto-filling things for us. So let's go ahead and start typing in the phone number. So as you can see, it's already auto-filling for us. If I like this, I'll just accept it by tabbing away and having it fill in everything else, like the rest of that phone number and the name of the customer. Now I just need to select the service. Let's say this customer is going to do the coloring service, and I can enter the comments. Now this is totally optional, but just to show you how that looks like, I'll just type in something in here, and I'll click submit, and this warning message shows up that's telling us that this employee is not necessarily scheduled properly for this day and date. So there may be a chance that they are off and not working there. So do you want to force this appointment through anyways and schedule it by clicking yes, or you want to cancel it by clicking no? We'll just force it through. So that way the software actually warns you so you don't make a mistake, but you can still, even though the employee is not scheduled to work because we didn't make the schedule yet, force through an appointment. And this is the appointment right here. The red color is what we chose for that service to be represented as in the visual in here, and this is the name of the customer, the comment that we made, and the time written out for us. Now let's go ahead and show you how it is to make an appointment while you have the employees scheduled, and with that also show you scheduling and how you do employee scheduling here. So we'll just go ahead and click the scheduling button, select the employee. Let's say we'll do the other employee, John, in here, make a schedule for them. Select the date that you want to schedule them for. Let's say today's date, which by the way, it's a Monday, right? So we'll go ahead and select that date. Working time, let's say they're gonna work from 9 a.m. to, I don't know, 5 p.m. and then we'll give them a break. The break spans in here, let's say from 12 p.m. till 12:30 p.m. Now that's important too. The break is important too if you give them breaks, so that the software won't let you make a mistake and schedule something on their break too. So now if John's gonna work like this every Monday for the next couple of months, I can just go ahead and select in here to repeat this for the same day of the week for the next, I don't know, let's say 3 months. So it's gonna make all of his Mondays look exactly like this. So you don't have to do any repetitive work. So that's how you schedule John's Monday for the next 3 months. As you click submit, changes take effect. All this is recorded in the database. So now you can see that John's scheduling is showed in here in a lighter gray color. So if I go into any different date in here, visually, there's nothing, right? Because we didn't do nothing in these days. But if you select Monday, there's what we did. We scheduled one appointment here, and we also scheduled John to work, right? So now if we want to see the next Monday, the 26th, same thing, John is scheduled to work. The next Monday, the 2nd of the next month, same thing, right? So that's how we made the Monday taken care of for John for the next 3 months. Now let's go ahead and quickly schedule an appointment in here for John, so we show you how that looks like when the employee is already scheduled to work on that given day and a given time, of course. And there it is. There's the appointment. No warning this time, right? Let's go ahead and schedule another appointment in here. And we call this one an accident or an error for some reason, right? Remember, the comments in here I'm typing are totally optional. You can leave that blank. And of course there's that warning message again because this guy in here is not scheduled to work. And let's say we made this appointment by mistake. So now we want to know how to delete an appointment. Simply select the appointment by clicking on it, And now a few more buttons are going to show up since you've selected an appointment, and delete is one of them. As soon as you click delete, it's just going to ask you to confirm that you're not making a mistake, and it deletes that appointment for you. Now going back to that, if you click on an appointment, it fills out everything that it knows for that appointment. So now you can edit anything you want in here. You can change this if you need to make some changes, and click update, and that will update what you've done. Let's say 9 a.m. all of a sudden. Update. Are you sure? Yes. And just made it 9 to 11:15. Let's go back to selecting an appointment again, where it fills out everything it knows about it. These other buttons that show up in here is checkout. That means this selected appointment, if I click checkout, is going to take it to the checkout screen, put in the service in there, and it's going to help you check out faster like that. Check mark will simply put a visual check mark on this appointment in here, so it helps you visually if you want to check mark some appointments, like these have been taken care of so far, and you can visually see who's been taken care of so far and who hasn't. Or if you want your check mark to mean something else, like who paid already or left or whatever, you know, for whatever reason, just helps you out a little like that. And the rest of the buttons pretty self-explanatory. Refresh grid will just refresh the whole screen visually in here. The clear all button will literally clear everything, all these fields in here. The print will print the visual representation of the appointments to your printer. Export to Excel will export all of that to your Excel. Customer info, if you have it selected right here, will take you straight to the customer info for that customer. And the rest we've already discussed. Setup, scheduling, submit. And that's how you do appointments.